Is it working?
Is it?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, it is, because it says live.
Oh, yep.
We fucked up. Three, two, one.
Oh, oh, yes.
Bitch, goat.
Hi, name's Q, and I'm here with my close friend Inky. Today, we're going to talk about fandoms, gay stuff, and OCs. My main fandoms are D. Greyman, Boku no Hero Academia, Death Note, and Voltron.
Hi, I'm Inky. I may or may not have a penis. I don't know. You can decide on my voice. My main fandom is Homestuck. I'm nothing other than that trash. And yeah, I'm gonna be saying some stuff that'll make you happy and then make you angry.
All right, so we're going to talk about fandoms first, real quick, just so that way
Uh,
they know a little bit about what we're into to get us to know
yeah.
us better. All right, you want to start?
Uh,
You only got one fandom.
yeah, cause yeah, I'm gonna go into mine.
I got
Heads up, like it goes canon and then it doesn't go canon. It's like canon and then crack.
okay.
Like you have a clean lifestyle and then you get on that good old crack cocaine.
Well, remember, we're not starting the OCs yet. That's last.
Yeah, I know.
We're gonna kill them with our OCs.
Yes. Okay. So basically in this like Homestuck is basically about well, it's about a boy named John Egbert and you go through his life and everything. And well, if you've seen Homestuck, well, you'll basically know you can go to any Homestuck video. But in my universe, basically they did what they did at the end, which is like by the way, spoiler alert. They
Oh,
killed the Condis, except and here's where it goes crack fan. Um They killed the Condis, however, the Dancestors and the main trolls, they get to go back to Alternia. And the Dancestors will act as like the middle ground between the ancestors and the main trolls. And they get to go back. There's a lot of stuff that happens when they get to go back. Uh they meet a lot more humans because, Caliborn is gone and, Jake English is gone, they're dead too. Um and Doc Scratch, he just like ultimately decided, like, oh, they're dead because, he thought that, Caliborn just like exploded and everybody died, which didn't happen. Um, and he he basically said, oh yeah, let's just put more humans and more trolls here. And so that created that Alternia and they come back and like, everybody's so fucking confused and they don't know what to do.
hmm.
And then basically it goes like this. A lot of the humans are getting really upset with the troll, like the drones, I mean.
Yeah.
And they get upset with the drones and they come up with this plan with a main pro tag called Catherine. Not going to say anything about her yet. They come up with the main pro tag Catherine and they destroy the drones. And then as soon as the drones are destroyed, most of the ships where the ancestors and all the trolls that when the Condas said, oh, you have to leave, went into space, they start coming back and they're like, hey, what the hell happened, like, and yeah, going from there, it gets very confusing.
Okay. Is that it for
Yeah.
Homestuck?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I guess I'll talk about mine a little bit. So I got four fandoms here. So I'll start with one of my all-time favorite fandoms, D. Greyman. So it's a pretty old anime. So it's like two series, two seasons kind of, but not really. So like the first part is really old, and it's got 104 episodes. And then they have the second season, which came out a year or two ago, which has like 12. And the manga's updating, what's it called, half a year or so. But D. Greiman is basically the main character is called Alan Walker. How do I say this? Without giving anything away, that's kind of hard. Basically, in this world, in D. Greyman, there are people with powers, so or weapons, I guess, that and they have things in them called innocence, which give them power to kill these things called akumas, which have been created by the Millennium Earl to try and destroy humanity, I guess. So Alan Walker is the main character, and he's got a parasite type innocent, which means part of his body is his weapon. And so because of this, they'll talk about this later on in the anime. His life is a lot shorter than that of others. So like most people, it's so parasite innocence is very rare. So not a lot have it. The most, like, what's it called? Frequent type, I guess, would be where somebody has innocence, but it's put inside a weapon that they can handle themselves. So it doesn't affect their life in any way. So Alan basically, his master basically, first episode tells him, go to this order now, and then knocks him unconscious and runs off, which is honestly the best. I love Cross. That's his name, the master's name. And so he goes, he gets attacked, almost dies. That's going to be a recurring theme in this anime. And he does join the order. And you're going to meet a lot of nice and great characters along the way, like Leonie, Lavi, what else is there? You just meet a lot of characters, and you'll fall in love with a lot of them. So I'm not going to go too much into detail because I could talk about D-Grade forever. So I'll go on to Boku no Hero Academia. It's one of the more recent animes, Boku no Hero Academia is. But I'll call it, I was going to say I'll call it BNHA, but that's too hard. So in Boku no Hero Academia, the main character is Midoriya Izuki, also known as Deku, which I'll probably end up calling him because, yeah. So in this world, it's very common for people to have powers. I guess it's another recurring theme for me. I like animes with powers in them. So
because you're powerless with your gay shit.
Oh yeah, dads. So Deku is the main character, and so he's quirkless, which means he doesn't have a power, which is very rare in this world now. And so he was bullied a lot. He goes through a lot of hard stuff, but yeah. So first episode, I think he's on his way back from school, and he's attacked by a monster, a slime monster, and he can't fight it off. And so then one of the main heroes, the top number one hero, comes and saves him. And Deku looks up to him so much, and his name is All Might. And he's like sputtering like crazy, and he finally gets out, can you sign my notebook? And he does. But then he's all, oh, I have to go. But Deku wants to ask him a question, right? And so he grips onto him right as All Might jumps into the sky and flies off. And this is my favorite part. All Might saying, let go, kid, let go. And Deku's all, do you want me to fall? It's a great scene. So they land on top of this building. They talk. All Might says something. Deku's sad. He goes back on home and notices childhood friend / bully getting attacked by the same slime monster he was attacked by earlier. And, you know, he doesn't have a power like everybody else does, but he still runs in to try and save him. And so that's when the plot picks up and stuff starts. I'm not going to give anything away, but yeah, Deku becomes important. He gets a power. All right. Next one is Death Note. Very old anime, doesn't update anymore. It's great and gay. Not really gay per se, but you can tell it's gay. So it follows the main character, Light, as he's a bored, was it college or high school student? I don't remember which. And all of a sudden he sees a notebook fall out of the sky, and he runs out and grabs it, and it's called the Death Note. He's like, this is fake. Goes home, he's like, but what if it's real? So he tries it out, and a person dies, and he's just like, coincidence? Let me try again. So he tries again, and then eventually he becomes like this mass serial killer.
Fucking shithead.
Yeah, love him. He's my favorite. And turns out there's a Shinigami link to the notebook. So now there's this hot Shinigami that likes apples with him. Oh, you turned the camera on. So there's this hot Shinigami that likes apples with him now. And so then he gets a girlfriend, doesn't like the girlfriend. She has a death note and a hot lady reaper with her. Stuff's great. But then comes L, this bitch-ass motherfucker. Oops, sorry for cussing. Oops, whatever. And that's when the plot thickens.
Yeah, but you don't even notice what I'm writing.
No, I can't really. It's sideways, so I'm like, ugh. Basically,
Apples and bitches.
Yeah. So, L is a detective, like number one detective in the world, and number two, and then number three. Don't ask, you'll find out. And he's like, I'm going to catch Kira. That's the name that they give in Light. They don't know it's Light, by the way. And then so Light cooks up an elaborate plan, loses his memories, blah, blah, blah. Favorite character dies, blah, blah, blah. Favorite character dies again, but it's a different favorite character. The end. And my last is Voltron. This came out 2016, I think, and it's still going on, actually. next season's coming out this Friday. So basically, so you think it's going to be about this character Lance because that's what it first shows, but it's not. It's about this group of like I think 6 people. So there's Lance, Keith, Pidge, Hunk, and Shiro, and then there's 2 Alteans, which are kind of like elf people called Allura and Karan, and they're fighting these purple furries in space. That's basically the plot. Yeah. So that's it for fandoms because I don't want to keep going on and on about it.
I was writing the entire time. I was like, I can say homo because I'm a gay shithead too. Apples and bitches. Top 10 anime plot twists. I'm gonna say motherfucker a lot. Fight me.
Yeah, I just decided, you know what, I'm gonna cuss too. I like how that when I was describing degradement, it was like forever, and I get to Voltron, it's just like, yeah, they're
Oh, by
fighting
the way,
furries
2
in
seconds.
space. Yeah.
Okay. Like I said, I'm gonna talk about like. So basically, well, there's gonna be a lot that I have to talk about. Mine with the plot that's gonna like, well, no, because that plot's gonna thicken in the end. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about my my characters in the main scene first.
Okay.
Okay, so there's really just a few main characters. Their names are Tertega, Taylor, the Scrusher, Mason, and Kay.
You got description form?
Yes, Tartega is a non-binary child. It is a purple blood. They are they're very cute. They're very young. They're just out of grubhood and they're getting induced into the cult of subjugulators. Except the cult of subjugulators is very different now because like I said, Lord Caliborn is dead. And you know, Gamzee knows that for a fact and you know, that's he comes back and it's a long time after Gamzee has come back and everything. And Tortega really looks up to him and they're being induced and everything. They're very playful, they don't care. Taylor is she is strong woman. She is mom TM, and if you try to pick on Kay, she's quite literally just going to bash your skull open. She does not care. She really just wants to look after all the regulars, and if anybody tries anything, she's gonna be like, "Oh, so you do have balls? Let me rip them out." I'm trying to look for the other one that I have in here. Then there's Draymar. Draymar is a very he's an asshole. At least to Kay. Taylor doesn't like him, but she also knows that it could also just be a kismesis ship between them. Cause yeah, when we come to Kay, you'll figure out. Scrusher is a very old purple blood. She has come back and she's very just she's a bitch.
Me.
She's an old haggly bitch. She doesn't like anything. She won't let anybody have fun and she just Mason isn't her descendant. In fact, Mason is just someone that she's teaching and she's inducing. And Mason she's very tall for her age, and she already has her face paint on, but at the same time, you know, like she's not supposed to.
They're clowns.
But she doesn't care. Then there is Kay. Kay is a human / troll. Back to Mason. Actually, Mason is not like isn't like Scrusher. Mason is actually very interested in why Taylor is like holding Kay and just like giving her everything. Why Kay and Tortega are very close together, and you know why Dramer is actually bothering with her.
Right, quick question. So you said half human, half troll?
Yes.
So which one was the troll and which one was the human, mom and dad?
The mother was actually a human, except
she's sexy?
huh?
She's sexy.
Catherine.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, Catherine is her mother, except Catherine did not give birth to her.
What kind of mindfuckery?
Basically, and this is going to be very canon in the universe until they like figure out, oh wait, this happens. This is probably not the most healthy thing. Basically, what happened to basically, you know how humans are very smaller than trolls?
Yes.
Yes, well the father was a purple blood.
Oh, he tall.
Very
Big boy.
huge.
Big boy.
And big boys
Yeah.
bone bulge.
Murdered.
Big boys bone bulge. They don't have anywhere to go in the normal human crevice of a woman. And so it goes into the uterus, which is a very painful experience, and nobody really knows that yet. And he pulled out, like accidentally, he pulled out her egg. And that while they were paling, they filled the pail and the egg was in there. And the mother grub, swallowed all that, and they basically had a human cultivating within an egg.
And that's the birds and the bees, kids.
of human to troll. And instead of having an egg birth, like it would, Kay came out kind of live.
Ooh, scary.
Kay came out with a shell around her, like around her form.
Oh.
It's like a cocoon, except if the cocoon was vaguely in the shape of a human curled up with their knees to their chest.
A skin over the skin.
Yeah, a skin over the skin, except it's not skin tight. It's just over.
It's just like a nice blanket wrapped around her.
Yeah. And it basically cracked after a few days, and everybody's wondering, what in the hell is this?
It's me!
And then Kay pops out, and everybody's like wondering, except there are humans on the earth now, and they're like, well, we should just like let this slide. And they let it slide, and because all the drones are gone now. And they let it slide, and then like eventually it comes out because the caste system is still there.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
What?
Something just moved, and I don't know what it was, but it scares.
Oh my gosh, are you in the dark?
No.
Okay, you're fine then.
No, but I still don't know what it was.
It was a moth.
A ghost, is it?
It was me.
Get out of here.
I'm in your house. No.
No, you will love me.
Oh, it's like that one Tumblr post. It's where, so this one time in like first grade, this kid called me home. I said, "What are you talking about, Jeremy? You've been to my house," because he thought it meant homeless.
Anyway, back to this. But Mason is very curious about it all, and that's how basically Kay came to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
If you're branching off into everything, yeah, the Grand High Blood is still there, except he's like very, very old.
He's your grandpa.
He's kind of like a grandpa that has the violent tendencies to raise his cane and yell at cars passing by.
Yeah, the great grandpa that served in all the wars. He's constantly
How
like,
dare you! I
war!
fought the summoner myself.
Back in my day, everything cost a penny. Thanks for ruining the economy, great grandpa.
And just like he's but he is very knowledgeable.
Oh, old people.
In the end, he basically, you know how you get wiser with age?
No.
Well, yeah.
For me.
Well, with him, he got very wise for his age, and he kind of cut down on his violent tendencies. He's realized that I'm old. I should just accept it.
Wow, the older I get, the dumber I get.
Well, you have autism.
Yeah, but like, still, I was a smart little cookie when I was a kid.
I was a smart little cookie. I didn't put a fork in the electric socket.
Well, actually, I was pretty fucking dumb. I did put a metal cup in the microwave, and blew it up.
Listen, you're not the one who sat down at reading time in 5th grade and found a blue paper clip and said, I wonder what would happen if I stuck this here. I
On your
stuck it in the
phone.
electric socket that was right beside me, got electrocuted, and then sat through the rest of reading time thinking, am I gonna die?
Me. I almost did.
What?
I was gonna say I was just walking through the kitchen earlier and I looked at the corner of the countertop and I was like, huh, that looks nice to bite. So
You should have been with me today.
Just
We were passing by a bunch of we were passing by the Dollar Tree and they have like a bunch of these spruce trees around, right?
the Dollar Tree. How good can it be?
Like, we were passing by a bunch of these like the pine trees and everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
Them.
Um, well, I looked at them and I thought they actually look really tasty. I want to bite into a tree now.
Wow. Me.
Yeah, I know, right? I'm
I
like, it
was
looks crunchy and nice.
you know what? You know how in the Grinch movie, was it Grinch Stole Christmas or whatever? Little Whoville or
Yeah.
whatever? And you know how he eats glass?
Uh-huh.
As a kid I always thought, God, I want to eat some glass. Looks so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, ugh. And then like those shows where like people would eat bark off trees. Like, oh, I want to try that.
Like
Fun.
in Over the Hedge, like they put bark off of
Yes,
a tree.
yes, that one. Yes.
Anyway, back to this.
Wizard 101 gave me nightmares. No lie. All right, back to that.
Mm-hmm. Catherine, though, this goes into actually how they destroyed the drones.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody comes back, and they're just like, well, yeah, like most of the drones are basically most of the drones were starting to get killed. I kind of like missed out on this. Some of the drones were starting to get killed, and like people like trolls are like up on their ships, and they're like, wait a minute, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah.
And they come back down, and they realize, wait a minute, what is this? Because when the Condas died, everything started going corrupt, and Triza, who is canon by the way in Hive Swap in the New Alternia, Triza was over there like, wait a minute, why aren't you listening to me? Hello? No, don't point that pointy thing at me. Hey, don't shoot me. And yeah, Triza had to go into hiding, so basically nobody was fucking safe.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, the trolls are realizing this and they're realizing Candace is dead. They're realizing everything and they're like, oh shit, we gotta do something.
Oh shit.
And you know, like Carlos is over there like sign languaging everything. And like Cancre's over here like, I told you this would happen, but no, nobody listens to me.
I
Nobody wants
love
to
that.
read the books, and RNA is over there like, shut the fuck up, here's a manual.
I love that funky little red guy.
And then, you know, Gansey, because she's sober now, he he's got the bright idea and he's like, what if we just like destroy them? They gotta have a weak spot. RNA is over there, she drops it on his foot. Manual!
Oh.
And you know, like Spinner at Mindfang, she's like old, she's old as dirt.
Yeah.
Basically, the lower caste up until because like the Psionic is still alive, but up until well, up to Olive Bloods, all of those are dead by now because you know how their life expectancy.
Yeah.
The ancestors at least.
Yeah.
And so the Sufferer is dead, the Summoner is dead. Well, the Sufferer is obviously dead.
Mm-hmm.
Psionic is still alive because you know, Condus gave him the Eternal Kiss. He has just yet to be found.
Yeah.
So he's MIA.
Okay.
The Dolorosa is already dead actually because Dual Scar killed her.
Yeah.
Dual Scar is dead because before they left, you know, Grand Habla killed him. And
Yeah.
then what's her name? Disciple's dead already.
Mm-hmm.
I think Executioner, Darkleer, died of a broken heart. Spinneret Mind Fang is still alive, but she's old as dirt. And the Grand High Blood is still alive. Basically, Spinneret and High Blood are still alive, and Psionic, but Psionic is MIA. But they come back, and like Spinneret's like, maybe we should really listen to them, because we can't really do it on our own. So basically, they defeat the drones with the help of a new person, Skeleton, who has been induced into the Purple Blood cult. Her name, yes, her. She dresses up in this attire, and she has because she's human, she has powers, right? Like god tier powers.
Yeah.
She can control the already dead. So she can bring up that like fossils out of the ground of anything. Oh wait, I forgot one of the Teal Blood. No, because she's dead. Because Spinner and Mindfang killed her. But still, she can bring up dead things out of the ground, and she can also mess with people. Like, she has these metal gloves that go over top of her hands, and they come out into claws on each finger and thumb. And she can put those in the air, and they hook to strings in the air, which is basically it heads straight to everybody's heart. And she can choose which strings that she wants to pull and kill somebody immediately.
Wow.
So she has the strings of life.
Neat.
She can bring dead things up, and she has the strings of life in her palm. But she knows how to control them because because she only got this power because she was induced into the Purple Blood cult.
Yeah.
And she comes and she's like, I hope you know, by the way, that we can kill them. They're not as unstoppable as you think. And so RNA just like gives them like, by the way, the buttons to basically kill all of them are here, but the main power button is right here, where Trizzo was beside, and she could have pressed the button so long ago. But guess what, little dumb fishy fuck didn't. Subtly glaring at fucking Trizzo.
Wow.
And basically they get to it, and like I said, Kay is not born at this time because Kay was born in the time, and Tortega and Taylor and Scoosher and Mason, they were all born which, by the way, Catherine turning into Skeleton is right after Ardrim, because they're like, you know what, we really well no, because Kay was born like after it, and like Catherine was Skeleton, and no, Catherine was Skeleton, then she turned nice, yeah. So Catherine was Skeleton, and basically they killed all of them. Then she turned nice, and like everybody's back and everything, and basically everything goes back to normal, right?
Yeah.
And everybody's living. The caste system is still in order, except it's more now.
Yeah.
It's freer, basically.
Mhm.
And the Gamzee and Carlos, since like they're the main zodiac symbols, and they figured it all out. And basically the game wasn't a game. The game was just an eye opener into everything.
Yeah.
And basically Carlos, Gamzee, and the Grand High Blood have a talk, and like Gamzee's like, me and Carlos saw this thing, and because there was also this other girl who happened to be the ancestor of Catherine and Kay. And her, this is so stupid, her name was Charla, or CJ.
Yeah.
And she basically helped them defeat Lord Caliborn in the end. And she's like, because basically she goes back to her own universe, because Earth is like still freaking millions of light years away, and it technically is another universe. And she basically, she's like, Earth isn't destroyed, and I was basically running from a lot of things. And when I came here, I knew everything. I already knew it. I'd already read it online. There'd already been documents of everything that had happened. And she basically knew what everything was, and she basically gave them a friggin' eye-opener.
Yeah.
And in the end, she's like, I gotta go, though, because I'm done running from things. I just defeated a guy who literally thought he was a god. So if he really was a god, I just defeated a god. I think
Wow.
I can go back and deal with family matters and petty friend details. And they tell her, they're like, Nepeta and everybody's like, no, but you need to stay. You're like a part of our family and everything. Come on. And she's like, this might really be the only chance that I ever have anymore. I need to go back and I need to set things right because I'm not gonna have this way. I'm not gonna keep living a fantasy life just because. And so she goes back and which actually, as a side canon, she actually has Gamzee's kid.
Oh,
Yeah, and they get the call because she took her husk top with her.
wow.
Yeah. So technically, Kay is not the only one, and she could have a kinda sister,
Mm-hmm.
or she could be an aunt. Who knows?
Yeah.
And yeah, that's what happens there. And then Catherine comes into existence and everything is, back into everything. And Carlos and Gamzee, they're like, well, we don't really have anything. And so then they come up with their own religion. Do you know what the own religion is?
What?
So you know how there's Durst and Prospect?
Yeah.
Basically they come up with this. So you know how there's a purple and green moon?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it was said that the green moon was actually the same size as the purple one before,
Yeah.
except the green moon was also yellow at the time.
Mm-hmm.
And hold up. So Prospect and Durst, the moons, were sisters and they were goddesses. And they basically ruled the lands, they ruled the tides and everything, and they brought peace to everything.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a fight between them one day that purple overshone the yellow, and everybody envied purple and just loved purple so much more than the yellow one because purple was higher on the hemo spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
And so Yellow, which is a prospect, tried to fight her sister and tried to yell at her and said, people love you more. They always look at you. They always make stories of you. They celebrate you more when it comes to our day. And Durst is trying to be like, oh, you're being silly. You're the same size as me. We're in the same sky. It doesn't matter who they look at because I'll still look at you and I'll still see you as my equal. Except Prospect took that as I'll see you as my equal, except I'll let other people look at me and still, love me more. And so she basically, Prospect and Durst had a giant fight in which Prospect lost. And in the end, when Prospect lost and said, and it was basically said that Prospect grew smaller because Durst took a part of her and grew larger. And so Prospect turned green with envy at her own sister, and that was basically what happened. And still to this day, Prospect is now green with envy and hating her sister for all she's worth.
Mm-hmm.
And Durst is basically getting bigger and turning the blind eye because she still loves her sister, but she doesn't want to give her the attention.
Yeah.
And so they praise these goddesses and everything, and they make the lesson out of don't be a prospect. You
Mm-hmm.
can dream all you want on Durst, however, when you come to prospect and you try to make things happen, you make them happen the wrong way. So do not be a prospect.
Yeah.
And that's basically the religion. And then this is when Catherine comes in and comes up and Gamzee's like, holy hell, Catherine kind of looks like, and Curlers is there and he's like, fuck yeah, she does. And just they don't tell her though.
Yeah.
And basically, Catherine comes in after that and she's helping, defend everything. And, everything is gone now. And, everything's back to normal. And then, the Grand High Blood, he's like, you know what? Let's just, because basically after they had created their new religion, they then recreated what the subjugulator cult was
One
instead
second.
of
We got a question.
what is it?
Ever heard of Jesus the baby killer?
Who's that from?
XJW Antichrist.
I don't know who that is.
Well, have you ever heard of Jesus the baby killer?
No. Oh, okay. That kind of lost my train of thought.
Sorry.
It's all right. Um, but they come up with everything, and then there's like, because females are rare in purple blood status, so females, like, even though both the like all trolls are Xeno, um, they still want the female looking ones to basically be the takers or receivers of stuff.
Yeah.
And for the males to give, and the females basically have many mates, and the quadrant system is almost completely wiped out. Like, the lower castes still go by, except the subjugators, as said, it is a cult. They go by their own rules, and Trizza lets it slide along with Pfeffery, and Trizza lets it slide and everything. Everything's good, and and basically the females have many mates, and they fill more mate shit buckets than anything. And then they basically this entire thing was started where only females would get into the matrimony status. And matrimony, while it means like marriage for us, it means something completely different for them.
Yeah.
And so they start, like, Grand Hybrid's like, I want a new predecessor, and like he sees Catherine, and he like Catherine is very out there.
Mm-hmm.
She's basically very kind and everything. And GHB is like, hey, I really want to mate with this one, and so he induces her into the cult and everything. Like, further, at least, pushing her into like the matrimony one.
Yeah.
And she willingly goes because she's like, you know what, I'm kind of getting old too, I don't really want to do this anymore. And just like, she does what she does. And then while GHB and everybody's like waiting, because Gamzee and Carlos, they also decided to get in on the action, and they're not all going to do it at the same time, by the way.
Yeah.
And they decided to get in on the action, and basically those are her three mates because they won't let anybody else, except she can also pick mates.
Yeah.
And she finds Ardrim. Because like at the time she had been running from Ardrim, but then she was induced into everything. Ardrim at first made her induce, and she became skeleton, but then Ardrim had to leave on missions and everything.
Yeah.
And then Catherine came to stay in the church, and that's where GHB induced her. And then Ardrim comes back, and Ardrim does what Ardrim does. Ardrim, the relationship starts out great. And then he does what I told you.
Oh, spicy.
Yeah.
Not really good spicy.
He we've already cussed or anything. It doesn't really matter. He goes non-con with her, and
Yeah.
because at first it was just like the physical abuse.
Mm-hmm.
And she kept like pushing it off as, he's a subjugulator, they get mad, I should have really learned how to like get away in time, it's my fault, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, not really, because he just becomes more abusive, and really nobody really knows exactly why he did this, because at first he was completely fine. He had never harmed any one of his mates, and most of his mates were lower on the hemo spectrum anyway, so everybody thought his mates, they probably passed really quickly. Except when you go into his past, you realize that they did not pass quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Because no olive blood would pass away at the rate of a rust blood.
Yeah.
He had murdered them. Every single one. And he comes with Catherine and everything, and everything's fine until he breaks her arm, and then that's when everything hits a new low. After he breaks her arm, he refuses her care until weeks later when she escapes his room, which he held her hostage in, and
Mm-hmm.
she has to get surgery on her arm because most purple bloods are like, what in the what? No, you're going now. Get surgery.
Yeah.
And they do that, and she's in a cast and everything. And she's finally free, and Ardrum doesn't notice because Ardrum, he goes on missions some days, and just it happens. And he comes back, and every single time he sees her out, he jerks her up rougher and gets possessive over it and keeps her in his room longer. Right after he will beat her terribly. And the first time he goes non-con with her, he does not prepare her right, which, nobody who goes non-con would. And he hurts her really bad inside, and he refuses her care once again, and she can't do anything to herself because he basically had tied her up and beat her and did that to her.
Yeah.
And it goes on like that for so long until she's actually able to escape. And like I said, she goes to her olive blood friend, and her olive blood friend sends her to this yellow blood. And she stays there for a little bit, and the yellow blood is like, he figures it out eventually what happened.
Yeah.
And he tries to get teal forces involved because while they are lower than purple bloods, they can still do something. And even though most trolls are heartless, they're not as heartless enough to overlook that. Because even in troll status, relationship statuses, that is a very bad thing to do. And the teal blood trolls don't really get there in time because she's like, no, 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 it'll be fine, it'll be fine. All I gotta do is just wait till he calms down, because she's still blaming herself. And she's like, I just gotta wait till he calms down. It'll be fine, it'll be fine. When it's not. Eventually, Ardrum comes and he finds her because he'd gotten leads to where she was. He goes to Kutra and he basically, fights her. And then, he finds out, oh, by the way, she's at this Yellowblood's house. And, he goes in there while, I think, it started with a G Yellowblood. He's
What
out.
you told me earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, but I can't remember. It'll be okay.
Gerald?
Gret.
Gerald? Is that you?
But Gret, he finds out where, because Gret is out, and then he basically drags her off to his room, and he beats her worse. He basically twists her ankle to where it is not only backwards, but also leaning upwards from backwards. Almost unfixable.
Wow.
And she's unable to walk, and he basically goes non-con with her once again. And she's not only not prepped this time, but she is, while he goes non-con with her, he uses very different torture methods on her.
Yeah.
He grabs heated objects, very heated to where the thing is almost red.
Ooh.
And he will stick them.
Oh. Not
Yeah.
nice. I
Yeah.
can't even deal with slightly warm water, so.
Not only that, he had taken needles and he had stabbed them into her back and then scratched them down her back. Basically did a lot of messed up stuff that she did not deserve. He once again refused her care. And then when he was out a few weeks, basically, Ezekiel, her friend, like he basically, well, he had a maid go by the room because he's like, hey, by the way, I'm like hearing crying, screaming in there. I don't know if like there's a maid or something in there, but can you just like check it because it's getting annoying because like his room is right beside Ardrin's. And so, maid goes in there, maid unties her, and maid's like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, what happened, what happened? And like she shoots the maid out, and the maid is going right to friggin' Ezekiel. Except she doesn't get to Ezekiel in time, because like I said, Catherine worked really quickly to get like barely anything together in that little satchel she had. Which really all she had in the satchel was her phone, which was actually, that's a really big mistake to make. Because he could have tracked her. Which, he can track her even though her phone isn't on, because if her phone was on, she could have contacted somebody already.
Yeah.
But yeah. She goes and she doesn't even make it anywhere near outside of the Purple Blood, castle or anything.
Yeah.
And one thing leads to another, and she's in the infirmary because Purple Bloods catch her, and they're like, "Oh my God, what the hell happened?"
Yeah.
Like, this is not something normal you see every day, especially to someone we consider family.
Yeah.
And, like, she's taken, and like they said, they stitch her up, and like most of the freaking most of the Jade Bloods are like there, and they're like freaking appalled. They're like, "What in the? This is not some. Do we? Can she be treated here? Do we have to take her to the hospital?" And like they're borderline contemplating just ending her life there because it looks like nothing is left to be salvaged. Because like she has two eyes that are nearly swollen shut so she can't see. They're blackened. Most of her face is quite literally distorted where she doesn't have a face anymore. And there's these giant like gashes that are deep down in her back, probably severed so many veins.
Yeah.
Miracle she hasn't bled out by now. And like her ankle is freaking twisted backwards and leaning up towards her body. And one of her kneecaps is literally busted out of place.
Yeah.
Like it's barely hanging on and everything. And like there's a huge chunk taken out of one of her thighs. Broken fingers, two are missing. He did a number on her because
Yeah.
crazy motherfucker. And she's basically, they're like, oh, what the hell? And like she's screaming and everything because she's still terrified. She doesn't want to be in there. She doesn't want to be near a Purple Blood. She doesn't want to be anywhere near any troll, to be honest. And you can tell why.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, he had tortured her in many, many ways, which one of the ways I forgot to mention was that he went out and killed Katra, which was the olive blood, and Gret, which was the yellow blood. And he took their heads and their spines and put on a very sick puppet show for her while she was tied up. And he would use his shuckle voodoos on her, and he would, just like mess with her so badly and make her hallucinate and, just make it look like her friends were actually talking to her and like screaming at her, like, why did you put us here? And, stuff like that. And he really messed with her. And then, like one thing leads to another, and she's still screaming, so Gamzee comes in, and Gamzee doesn't even know who it is. And they're basically checking her lower region.
Yeah.
And he comes in, and he's like, that's the first thing that hits his face, and all he can see is like quite literally like there's a 1-inch rip that's all the way across one of her,
Yeah.
folds down there. It's like all the way to her leg.
This is gonna get demonetized.
What?
This is probably gonna get demonetized.
Definitely. But it's like all the way ripped, and there's like burnt parts around her, chunk missing out of her leg, and he's like, holy shit. Like, this is a scene for screaming, but I didn't expect to walk in on this. And take a shot for every time I say and.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, okay, there's a story here. And he like sits down with her. He has to growl at her a few times to like actually make her get it out. But then she, just like it comes out.
Yeah.
And he's very, like skeptical. He's like, no, he couldn't have done that and stuff like that. But, eventually he went around. He got, from his brothers and sisters, they're like, yeah, by the way, we heard screaming. Oh, yeah, we've seen her, like, bandaged so many times. And, like, he would really just, like, jerk her off suddenly. And he would come in and his eyes were yellow. And then they would suddenly turn red. We usually thought that, like, he had, like, had these talks with her and he just, like, didn't want her to, be around trolls. But no. Like, it was really odd. We never really thought anything of it, though, because, he'd act like that a few times with his other mate, Spritz.
Yeah.
And, nobody knew a freaking thing.
Mm-hmm.
Until, like, Gamzee, went around and, everything like that. And like I said, they had tests put on her to, like, because technically they already, like, knew it was forced mating, because, like, of course it was abuse, but, there was also the times where she said forced mating, so, she got tested. Okay, so the only person she had been forced mated by was, Ardrum. And, when Gamzee found out that solidified it, and, he tries bringing it up to the Grand High Blood because, that's the Grand High Blood's hive, everything like that. They rebuilt it and everything. And, High Blood's still living there. And, High Blood's furious.
Yeah.
He's like, that was supposed to be the person that I mated with, and now she is unfreaking able to even look up. And so he grabs, like, this is gonna go off of the stuff that I told you, because now I gotta make it canon with what I say.
Yeah.
So he goes and he gets one of, like, the Teal police officers.
Mm-hmm.
Which is Terezi by now, because Terezi takes over, like, the pyro thing.
Yeah.
And, like, Terezi's freaking appalled. Terezi's like, okay, this is not exactly what I was expecting. Okay, I'll do this. And, Terezi feels awkward, but Terezi has to go and, talk. Like, by the way, you're, okay, you mass murderer clown fuck. Here you go. Get off this planet. Because, Fefri and Triza are like, oh my god. And, they don't even know what to do anymore, so they're like, yeah, get off this planet. You're not welcome anymore. We don't want you. Be gone, thought.
Me.
And, he gets off the planet, but, to this day, Catherine can't really properly, well, she can properly reproduce because, like I said, Kay came.
Carcat.
K.
You said KK, and I was just like, Carcat.
I said Kay came.
Oh, you said KK. I was just like, that's Carcat.
But yeah, she basically, Ezekiel, who is her now mate, or her previous mate, she was his previous mate. The future reference. She was his previous mate, and he was the one who took, the eggy out of her.
Yeah.
And then Kay comes along. He doesn't know about Kay because he's not really in the church as often. He's not in the breeding caverns as often, and no word really gets out about it until because like they're like, we need to consult the queens first. And like Fefri allows him to live and everything. And then Kay comes and meets Tortega. Well, no, Taylor's the first one she really meets. And Kay and Taylor hit it off really well because Tay is, well, not Tay. Kay is very small,
Yeah.
and Taylor takes to her immediately, and Taylor's like, "You are my baby now." And by the way, Taylor has a Russian accent. You are my baby, and Kay's like, "What? You are my baby. How do you know what a baby is? You are my baby. Fine." Like Kay just gets it, and then Tartega comes along, and Taylor picks up her, and she's like, "This is also baby," and like Tay is like, "Okay, so yeah, I have a sibling," and basically Scrusher is the one that really looks over everything because the Grand High Blood's old, and she's basically keeping track of everything for him, except in a very unkind way. And yeah, Scrusher takes in Mason. Mason is supposed to be, her student.
Yeah.
Except Mason gets really caught up in Kay, and like Taylor doesn't trust her at first because Scrusher the relation.
Mhm.
Except Mason, like Mason's basically just when Taylor isn't there, which is actually really rare. Mason's like, "Hey, what are you?" And like Kay is like, "I don't know. I'm something that shouldn't be here, but I am here. So yeah." And
Yeah.
Tay is a slave because they don't want to accept her as a purple blood because she doesn't have purple blood, but at the same time, the way her sign came out,
Yeah.
because they're basically given signs, and hers was like a random one, except she doesn't have it anymore, so technically she's the new signless.
Mhm.
She has tiny, tiny horns though, which are really cute. They're kind of like tiny little spirals on her head.
Wow.
Yee. You know Aradia's horns?
Yeah, the big swirly ones, right?
Yeah, take hers and mix them with Gamzee's. It's like her horns, except on top of her head and really tiny. And it basically looks like a tiny Christmas tree on top of her head.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're just adorable. And yeah, uh, Mason basically Scrusher doesn't like Mason coming up with her, and just like hi 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 hi, how you doing? And then Sir Asshole, which is Dramer over here, he just comes up and he's like, "Oh, by the way, little slave," and he pushes her around a lot and he trips her a lot. He's a dick.
Mhm.
And one thing leads to another, and ta-da! That's the yeah. Kay doesn't know who her mother is or who her father is.
Yeah.
She really only knows like Gamzee, and because by this time GHB is freaking old as dirt, and Carlos is like kind of taken over now. Except Carlos has his own hive to look over as well, so he's like, you know, I can't really be there all the time. And then Gamzee's over here. He's like just becoming an adult. He kind of knows Kay exists, but at the same time doesn't.
Mhm.
And Kay kind of sees him around,
Yeah.
but she does. They don't really communicate more often than not.
Mhm.
it's more often than not that CJ or Charla is actually communicating with Gamzee, and they don't. Basically, it's like the family is so close together, but still not there.
Yeah.
It's really annoying too if you ever like get into the story.
Yeah.
There's also like a story with Charla that's going on right now. It's called Alternia Bound.
Yeah.
It's kind of in the same universe. It's showing how she came to be, and instead of like Catherine being there, it's like Charla's there. And in the like, she does defeat Lord English, except like I said, she's a ancestor of Catherine, so Catherine kind of isn't born yet, but Catherine is born. It's a really weird. It's basically Homestuck in a nutshell. It is Homestuck's logic. And like Charlotte goes back and everything. Basically shows how she came about at the beginning of destroying the drones, or like making Trizza realize you're not safe. I hope you know that. And then they go rogue, and yeah, everything happens, and then this, because no, wait, because basically Charlotte comes along, and it's kind of, wait, no, I have to change her to Catherine. Yeah. Charlotte comes along, and she's like on the new Alternia and everything that Doc Scratch makes.
Yeah.
And basically, it's like the Hive Swap universe. And except the Hive Swap universe, if it was where Lord English was, and she had to defeat them.
Yeah.
It's very weird. It's like Charlotte's there, but also not. And then Catherine comes in and is there, but not. It's Homestuck logic, okay?
Yeah.
Everything but Homestuck. So yeah, that is me, and I am done.
That's all you're gonna talk about your series?
Well, I'll go into them, but
Yeah. All right. So is it my turn to talk then?
duh.
Okay. Can you take over the? Can you take over the chat then?
It's 4:20.
Ooh, blaze it. But can you take over the chat then?
Let me try.
Okay. You can go back and scroll through and read what we were talking about before if you want to get a good idea.
There's 2 people watching. I don't even know.
I think I'm one of them. Okay.
Okay, I'm here.
You got it up? All right. You take over the chat then. Oof. I'm going to take a stretch real quick and drink some of my soda.
Are you the JW who is never off? Are you Lily who is Lily? Lily the talking me. What is Jehovah's Witness? The red robot girl.
Yeah, that's you.
The red devil robot girl. All right. You know what? I'm actually gonna create an OC that's that now.
Wow.
The devil girl won't let you speak. Well, Lily let her talk. Oh, it's fine. I don't really talk much. Plus, we're taking turns talking about other characters. Yep. Y'all sound like y'all 14. Lily is 18, but neither is 14. I'm 16 and Inky is 17. When I was on Lily's show arguing about religion, she was 17. You must really like this Lily person? Are you good friends? I'm sorry. I'm over here like.
It's fine.
A sect is basically well, if I remember it, I was in AP Human Geography. I'm sorry.
I wasn't. I was in dumb
A
class.
sect. A sect is like it's like Christianity being like branched off into things that follow
Oh,
some
like a
rules of
section?
Christianity. No, it's
Mm-hmm.
not a section. It's like things
I
that
don't get it
follow
then.
some rules of Christianity,
Mm-hmm.
but then they're branching off into their own thing. So
Okay.
it follows it. It is not the same thing, but it follows it.
All right. I'll do some more research on it later. I feel like
Okay.
it.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, Christians they all were told because of the Jesus. Why are you talking to an antichrist? I just realized that. Why were you talking to an antichrist?
Why weren't you?
Shut up. Oh, I'm sorry, my pupils in that video. My pupils are naturally small because I've well, in my left eye I'm half blind, which actually branches over to my other eye too. And it basically makes my eye, like my pupils, very, very small.
You look like Demon Boy.
What, where?
Huh?
Which video are they talking about though?
I think it's all right, I think it was one of your live streams. Yeah.
Oh, my eyes were all white.
Yeah, that one. I saw that too. I was just like, well, she's just embracing the demons, I guess. It's okay, it's all fine. All right, I'm gonna start talking about my OCs now. All right, so let's see. I'm gonna talk
Fuck.
about 1, 2, 3.
Fuck. They're like, your eyes are all white. I'm like, oh, I can do that because I'm the spawn of Stan. Uh-oh, Satan.
That's such, oh, that's like the worst joke ever. Like that's so old to me. Okay, so I'm gonna talk about like 7 OCs here, and there's about 3 universes, but one of the universes is basically like Earth, except for there's like mystical stuff that can happen, like so like vampires, like fairies, and stuff like that. So I'll talk about that real quick. So in the regular universe, I have a character named Kyrian Salter, and he's a half vampire. So he has so his mother was a vampire, and his father was human. So basically, if I can remember how it went, because I haven't updated his stuff in a while, his mother ended up dying after giving birth to him because of complications, because a vampire and a human having a half vampire, half human child has the complications. And so his father fell into, I guess, a depression, sort of, and drank a lot, and just kind of was not the best father. And so, yes, he did abuse Kyrian, and it was really bad. Kyrian, grew up mostly without any parental figure. He slept outside a lot because his father locked him outside. Um, he was a scrawny kid because he didn't get a lot of food, and because he was a vampire, he could only drink like blood of like animals and like eat the meat of like land animals, like lamb, cow, stuff like that. And so since he wasn't given that, he was like very malnourished. He got sick a lot, so he was always missing lots of school, and he was just always sick constantly. He didn't have a lot of friends, and he didn't interact with a lot of children. He was like ostracized and made fun of by them for like being pale and weak. So once he got into middle school, his father left the country and left him by himself and left the house to him. And he said he wouldn't come back again. So he had to get a job to make money to support himself. So around the middle of his first year, So a family member came to get him. So they were his mother's sister, so his aunt on his mother's side. So she was alone. She couldn't have any children of her own, so she adopted him. So he lived with her into his last year of middle school when she passed away from cancer. I'm doing air quotes. She's actually, because she's also a vampire, she just wouldn't stop eating the garlic because she liked it so much, you know? It wasn't like you eat garlic, you die instantly. It's more like long-term effect. It's like being around radioactive material won't kill you until like 4 years in the future.
Oh.
After she died, he inherited like quite a bit of money from her and was able to live on his own. So like, but before that though, he was getting food from his aunt. So his aunt worked at the hospital, and so she was able to bring home like expired blood packs or like take a couple, and they wouldn't go missing. Like, you know, like, oh, we must have used an extra one, we didn't notice. And so that was how he was getting his main source of food. So after that, he began to attend high school. So at first it was really hard for him to be around others because, you know, he wasn't allowed to interact with other kids his age because of his father. And then after his father left, he was kind of old and didn't have a lot of social skills already. So he just had a lot of problems with that. And of course, he was a vampire, so yeah, he had cravings for bloods all the time. But like, he didn't want to like get it from the source per se. He didn't want to, because normally vampires, they start drinking from the source, a human body, when they're young. So that way, when they're older, they don't have they don't have problems controlling themselves. But because he was never allowed to drink from the source, he's constantly going into like fits where if he even like smells blood or sees blood, he'll go into a fit where he will almost attack the person. So where was I? So now that his aunt isn't there to feed him anymore, he has to hunt for his prey on his own. And he really does not want to do that because, you know, he might kill somebody. So
yeah.
I have a couple of notes here down here. So he cannot become sick. He cannot be broken per se, mentally or whatever. He cannot sleep in house. This is mostly because his father locked him outside so much that he just became accustomed to sleeping outside, and that sleeping inside the house where his aunt lived, and then before that his father and mother, just he can't do it. It upsets him so much. And fun fact, he cannot be romanced, which is a lie. He was romanced a lot. He has, so I guess, how do I describe what he looks like? He's got orange eyes, but like not a bright orange, more like a terracotta orange, I'd say. And his hair is kind of the same shade. It's kind of shaggy. It's like if you've ever seen Austin Powers, that's the kind of hair he has. Let's see, what else is there? He's 17 years old. He's 5'5". He's immortal. His weaknesses are, of course, garlic, silver, crosses, certain Bible verses, enchanted objects, repealing words, and stuff like that. So that's all I have on Kyrian the Salter. Next up is William. I don't remember his last name. William Abel. His nicknames are Willie/Will, and he's 27. He's 5'8" and immortal. So basically, William grew up in his uncle's mansion along with his mother. His father had left even before he was born, so he never got the chance to even know him. William's mother was sweet and caring and loved her son very much, but she became ill and bedridden. William just could not bear to lose his only parent. So he set out to find a cure for his mother, ended up making a deal with the devil. So the deal was stated that he would cure his mother, but he didn't explain the full deal. So his mother did get better, but then died not even a week later. And it was only until a couple months later, when he got so depressed that he tried to take his life, that he found out the trick the devil had pulled on him. He had taken the last of his mother's life force and given it to him, essentially making him immortal. After that, his uncle took him in, and instead of getting him the therapy he needed, he trained him to be an assassin just like him. Turns out he had a knack for it, though, so now he works for his uncle in his group. His closest friend, what are they called? Colas, whatever, is Silva, a large burly man with a missing eye and scarred face. So he doesn't have any weakness. I'm gonna die. He doesn't have any weaknesses per se, but so this is also another fun fact about Will. Basically, if he gets hurt really bad, he will shrink because it takes up a lot of energy for him to heal himself. So to accommodate for that, his body has to shrink. And so when he shrinks, he becomes weak and, vulnerable. He also tends to become vulnerable upon people he likes. So But if he's hurt really badly, he'll like shrink to like, if he's like, let's say he gets his arm cut off, all right, he'll shrink to look like about 14. If he gets like a missing eye, multiple fingers are missing, he's missing half his arm, he's got bullet holes in him, then he'll shrink to about 5, 6 around there. But he does have the choice of repressing it and shrinking to a certain age that he wants, which does have side effects. So instead of him retaining his normal mental age, his mental age will shrink to that of whatever he was supposed to originally. So as I said, if he gets really badly wounded, he'll go to like 5 or 6. But if he represses that and decides he wants to look 14, then his mental age will reduce to that of a 5 or 6-year-old.
Oh.
Yeah. So let's see. That's the ones with the normal universes per se. So now we're getting into the more, I guess,
Define normal.
very closely Earth-like, but
It's
not
like
really.
it kind of dabbles into like mythological stuff and stuff that we actually like. We can.
Well, I mean,
we
I'm
can
pretty
say
sure
it's in our
Bigfoot's real.
society or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. So I have 2 complicated universes here. So there's this one that I was working on, and it's for comic, but I never did the comic because I'm lazy. But basically, I don't have a name for the universe, so I'm just going to call it the botched experiments, or the BE, however I want to refer to it. So in the botched experiments, it's a world where about 0.00001% of the world population, so about like 70 people, have powers. So it's like not a lot, but like enough to where each country has a few that protect their nation. And so like for some reason, the nation that these characters live in they have like 1 or 2, which isn't enough. And so their government decides to try and create some artificially, whatever, no, I guess try to create people with powers themselves. So they ended up making 14 people like that. So I'm just going to talk about 2 who are polar opposites in the regards
Can
of
you do
their
me a favor
powers.
real quick?
Huh?
Can you do me a favor real quick?
What?
So if you go to the channel and you click on my name, you can add me as a mod. Can you do that?
So if I do what now?
Go to the channel, click on go to the group, I mean, and click on my name.
Go to the group? What group? Do you mean
live chat?
the live chat in here?
Yeah.
On the Google Air thingy?
Not
on
in
the
here,
YouTube page?
on YouTube.
Okay. All right, I'm there then.
Just mod me.
Okay, I got it.
I
There
want to
you
be
go.
mod, so I have the pretty, hold up, watch this.
The pretty crown.
Pretty blue.
Are you talking about what's it called?
Yeah, I tried. I can't remember what it was.
The screw tightener. Are you talking about what's it
A
called?
wrench.
I don't know. Keanu Reeves, isn't it? They fight powers. What's it called? Okay, I don't care. Right, back to my OCs. So I'm just going to talk about 2 OCs in this universe. So their names are Jay and Lucky. So their powers are polar opposites. So Jay has the power of extremely bad luck. Like if he touches someone within minutes, they'll wind up either seriously hurt or dead. And like Lucky has the power of extreme luck. So basically, like if he touches someone, they will never get hurt until like the day they naturally die. So Jay was basically kept in an institution for 3 years. The one that it was basically like the science place. Science place, what's it called? I don't know what it's called. Lab. That was so easy and I forgot it. So basically, he was kept in the lab for like 3 years and not allowed outside because he could not control his powers, and he was a fucking idiot and went around touching people and killing them because he's an idiot. So finally, though, they clear him and they say, okay, we've got this device put in him and it should help control his powers, but we're not completely sure. So we're just going to hope it, but we're going to send him out in the world anyway because we don't want him here anymore because he's been killing our scientists. And so they send him out in the world, and so he's taken to this huge house, basically a mansion, where the 13 other people who are artificially powered, I guess, live.
I'm sorry. I'm tempted to just keep typing in all caps in the chat and
Wow.
make people wonder if I'm actually mad or just being me.
Wow. Okay. So that's where Jay meets all the other people. I'm not going to talk about all the other people, just Lucky and Jay. So Lucky is blonde.
I'm sorry.
It's fine.
Wait, he's blonde and his name is Loki?
Yeah.
Wait, Lucky or Loki?
Lucky.
Oh, Lucky. Oh, he sounds like a dog.
So
Let me guess, his personality's polar opposite of a tiny puppy.
no, actually, he's very sweet. Jay is an asshole. So Lucky, all right, so Lucky's been basically he's also not allowed to touch people, but it's not like enforced as much because oh, he touched someone, it's fine. They just won't get
Sounds
hurt
like
or
a
die, I
pedophile.
guess.
Sounds like a pedophile.
Wow.
He's not allowed to touch people.
That's just okay, fine. But so Jay ends up because the only person he can touch without bad side effects is Lucky. So same goes for Lucky with Jay. And so Jay and Lucky now share a room, and Jay is very PO'd about this because fucking hell. Basically, at the lab, he had this huge ass room by himself and he loved it. And now he's in this tiny ass room sharing it with another person, and that's just not fun, you know? So basically, they end up the nation ends up getting attacked later on, and so all these like failed experiments are forced to learn how to control their powers for their nation to protect it. Yes. And so
then the Fire Nation attacked.
Yum.
I'm sorry.
And so they do learn how to control it, but Jay is still kind of learning some stuff. So he actually, I'm not going to say this because it's kind of a surprise if I do turn this into a comic. He gets big power that was secret inside his power the whole time. Fun. And basically he ends up...
He loved me a long time.
Everybody thinks he dies. And they're just like, oh, Jay's dead. That sucks. But I'm just kidding.
Make an animatic out of this.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Jay dies, and like they're like it shows the next picture, like, oh, he ate, and then like everybody's smiling, like, yay, and then you're like, but he dies again. Uh-oh.
But Lucky gets like super sad, like he was actually in love with Jay, but like never had the balls to say it because you know they were trying to fight to save their lives. They didn't have time for love.
I love you, and I'm gay.
It's almost like a whole year or two later when they hear news of this blue-headed boy who just can touch people and they die, and they're just like, hey, coincidence? And so they end up searching for him, like maybe he is alive, and they find out that Jay is now fighting against their nation. Turns out the nation's fucked up, and Jay wants to protect them because, you know, he actually liked them. They're like his family now. And so, yeah. But in the end, Jay and Lucky get together. Lucky dyes his hair pink because cotton candy. So that's nice. And then my last universe is, so it's also got powers in it, but they're more common and more widely accepted, I guess. So like, it's kind of like Boku no Hero Academia, basically, but not really. So I have a character named Parsley, yes, like the food. And basically, he's got the power of controlling time, basically. So nobody really knows if he's a villain or a hero, because like they'll see him like, I don't know, like stealing a kid's lollipop, and then like in the next second fighting a villain and helping an elderly lady across the street. So nobody's really like sure if he's a hero or villain. And it's like there's always like so many conspiracy theories. Like there's a whole talk show dedicated to bringing in like a villain and a hero and asking their opinion. And like every single time they say completely opposite things. So like nobody is sure. And so then they just start switching to, okay, then who is he? So his hero name is actually Epoch, and it's got to deal with time and like an important part in somebody's life. So the reason Parsley became hero or villain or whatever you want to refer to him as is because he was dating somebody before he was fighting crime, making crime stuff. And basically he fucked up and he didn't use his power in time and ended up watching in slow-mo his lover getting killed. So that was fun. And so he ends up like, you know, going on this vengeance tour of finding this guy, and he tracks him down, only to find out that he's already dead. And he's like, well, what am I going to do with all this anger now? And he goes, guess I'll become a hero or villain or whatever. And so he does. And actually, he's really popular for some reason. And like with the villains and the heroes, like all the heroes are like, oh, there's Epoch, gotta fight him. But then they'll be like, ah, oh, he's my best friend. And the villain's like, ah, oh, there's Epoch, gotta fight him, but he's my best friend.
So here's the thing.
What?
The AC, whatever their name is, they left.
Mm-hmm.
But like if you go back and read the conversation,
yeah,
they're like, I want to brainwash you into my belief system, LOL.
Wow. Let me read it. Because I'm basically done talking about my OCs, so now I can just talk about gay stuff.
Yes. But yeah, I don't know why he came in. I already felt very uncomfortable when you're like, when like at the beginning it was like, oh, by the way, like baby killer Jesus Christ or something like that.
Yeah, I was pretty much sitting over here like,
the fuck?
Huh? And then he started calling you this person named Lily, and I was just like, what?
Her name is Inky first.
Yeah,
I know you can get 4 letters mixed up, but
And then he made me go watch these videos. I was like, okay.
But yeah, not to be, like that type of person. But he made me very uncomfortable, which is why you actually see the long description of, oh, I don't think I'd like to talk to you then.
Yeah.
Like that was straight up. I was like, oh, I don't think I'd like to talk to you then. You see, I'm a free roamer and I use my own beliefs. I want to believe in many basic things. I choose not to dabble into religion or other things I don't know. It would only hurt me anyway. You see, I can't truly believe it's a recurring problem with myself, so I wouldn't want to disrespect the religious group. It's more that I care not to disrespect. And he's like, you want to be a zombie all your life? You don't want the red pill? No, I choose to not strain my already strained mentality. Do not fight me on myself. I already do so on my own. You are very smart, my child of wrath. Sometimes I wish I never accepted the red pill. She wants me blocked already. Pretty blue screw tightener. Who does? I just wanted to be blue. Da-ba-dee-da-ba-da. Yeah. You, just when I was starting to like you all, what? Your voice is lovely. Who's? You, Inky. Okay! No one is here. They all are enjoying the sleeps. Okay, truly though. I'm on 60% at 4:40 a.m. So you ain't near me in California, you far, far away. I'm on the other side, lol. May I ask you a few questions? I wanted to ask him why he was, completely in, like religion and all that, and why he just, like, decided. He's like, oh, I searched up talk, and I'm over here just like, okay, yeah, I can see that.
Why he came in here. That's what I want to know. Also,
what I was talking about religion at the time.
Uh-huh.
Like, how they created their own religion, so I can kind of see that.
Yeah, but it's just like...
But it's also very far.
My favorite thing is when he was like, are you a girl or a boy? And I was just like, neither!
Same, I saw that and I was like, ah!
And then it's just, when they kept calling you Lily, I was just like...
Who the fuck is Lily?
I was like, I didn't want to get, like, mean at him because, I don't want to chase away...
He asked if I'm Asian.
Subscribers. Yeah, and I was just like, I'm 100% almost sure that she's not.
He will genocide mankind, including children, to kill his daddy's enemies.
Anyway, I didn't understand half the shit he was talking about.
Oh, that sounds very bad. I'm almost 100% sure Inky isn't Asian. Well, the thing is, so many people have actually said that I look Asian.
Yeah.
So that's kind of...
I just like to point out,
sad thing is, he won't feel remorse. Jesus is just a creature like you, and I won't, and we won't live forever. So that's just not right. I understand. The ta. Only the daddy lives forever. You mean God, right? I hope that bad stuff won't happen in my lifetime. Same here. Yes. Yubahuba, Yabahiba, or whatever they call him these days.
Just so you know, when he said, I hope that doesn't happen in my lifetime, I said, I do. I wanted to say that.
He called me Lily's twin. Lily's twin.
I was just trying to be really nice, and I was bullshitting my way around him because I had no idea what to say. I was just like, I'll just put up my fake persona I use when I reply to comments on my Wattpad and Archive of Our Own.
Allah is a false god made up by Muhammad, and Allah means God. It's a title. Usually I find someone on Hangouts by searching their... And, like, here's the thing. If
I
he
was
did
like,
send
thank
me...
God you didn't find me on there.
Here's the thing. If he did find me on Hangouts when I have, like, the proper, like... I could have blocked him, but at the same time, I don't want to,
I'm surprised he didn't find me. Like, my name is Milky Boy on there.
My name is Inkou as well.
Yeah, I'm so glad that he couldn't find us. Like, hallelujah.
Yeah.
Praise the Lord.
Inky, what is wrong with your pupils in that video? I actually thought he was talking about my pupils because my pupils are actually abnormally, like, very, very small.
Yeah. I thought he was talking about for your drawing. I was like, what about them? They're red. What's there to ask? I was so confused.
Those are not pupils, by the way. Those are sclera.
The pupils are still red, fool.
Christianity is a sect from the Jews. Your eyes were all white. I am a sect from the Jehovah's Witnesses. And that I didn't notice that before, but to be honest, that when I'm actually looking at it right now, it's actually making me say, "Oh, that makes sense." He didn't knock from door to door. He went live stream to live stream.
He said that the Christians don't exist anymore, and I almost shit myself.
I know. I read that too.
I was just like, they what now? I mean, like, I'm not complaining. I'm gay, but like, what? When did this happen? And why haven't I heard about it? I don't know what he was talking about by this baby killer Jesus. Like, actually, no.
The only reason I stayed was because you sounded like Lily the Talking Weeb. I don't know who this bitch is.
I do. She talks about a lot of religion stuff on her channel. He made me watch it.
Okay.
He was on his channel too. Let me see. I want to hear how old he was again.
I know he sounds very
he can't be young.
Mature.
Yeah.
In the slightest sense.
So let me bring that video back up.
That's one of the questions I wanted to ask. I wanted to ask him how old he really was and why he was actually here.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to ask him,
Here, you might hear this, so just beware.
It's alright. But I really wanted to ask him why exactly, I wanted to ask him why exactly he was, coming in our live stream suddenly talking about religion, if it was because of the religion bit I was talking about.
Yeah, I'm gonna send the link through.
I know, I've seen it.
Oh, well, he sounds old.
He does.
Like he sounds like he's fat and have a beard for some reason.
I mean, it kind of disturbs me.
And he doesn't even, this lady doesn't even sound like you. What?
29:59.
Actually, maybe a little bit, but it doesn't, like, it's not very similar at all.
It's 29 what?
Huh?
29 what?
29:59. That's the time that he starts talking.
29:59?
Yeah, around. Just watch for a couple seconds and you'll hear his voice. He's the sunset picture. When that pops up, you'll know he's talking.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, he sounds old.
He has his beliefs.
Jehovah's
Witnesses rape little children.
I wasn't even listening to what he was saying. I was just like, yep, that's an old voice, all right. Mm-hmm. Oh, 3 people are watching. Did he come back? Hello? Who's here watching us, please? It's okay. I'm friendly.
Listen, if you're watching us, just know that we dealt with somebody who believes that he
Wait,
is
no,
Jesus.
don't say that. It might be him. Hello. It's okay. We're friendly.
No, we're not. At least I'm
Oh,
not.
they left, I think.
No, that was me.
Oh, we're friendly if you're not, if you're not, if you, okay, we're friendly if you don't want to talk about religion.
We're basically
Oh,
controversial
they left.
subjects, of course.
They left.
Okay. Anyway.
Darted out of here. They're like, bye.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it right now though, just so people can go back on the live streams. Here's the thing: I don't truly have a religion.
Yeah, same here. I'm atheist.
I wouldn't say I'm atheist. I do believe in something, but I don't think it has a
He's back.
It's alright. I don't have a because we're gonna go on this anyway. I don't have a religion, but I do have my beliefs that karma can come and that you should really watch out for everything because one day you never know, it might be you. And which because those are really the only things that I have actually been able to believe in. Other things such as like gods and everything, it unsettles me basically.
Mm-hmm.
It very much unsettles me to think of that, and I don't. I do believe that there is a heaven and a hell, and I believe you do have certain processes to go through to get there.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't really consider myself in anything or a part of anything. I would rather free roam walk through life because it not only makes me feel uncomfortable like that I'm disrespecting the religion because I don't truly believe.
Yeah.
It also makes me feel severely uncomfortable because it's like it's just me if I can't believe and it's like no that doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
And I just like no, I don't want to belong to anything. I would It also causes a very huge strain on my mentality anyway
Yeah.
because you already know how I am. You already know
Yeah.
I do have my freak out moments, and
Mm-hmm.
those are kind of one of the things that really trigger me, and it severely unsettles me. But like I said, it severely unsettles me when I have to go and think about that stuff, and like I said, you already know. Well, I do believe that there is also a non-existence as well, but that's more it's more of the ghost realm for me anyway. Like I
Yeah.
said, I have my own beliefs and I choose not to believe in it.
For me, I don't really get religion. Like, okay, there's a God. Okay, well then,
Well, here's the thing,
like,
how I see religion. I'm sorry if I interrupted you, but
that's fine.
here's the thing with religion. I always see it as we were animals in the beginning, right?
Yeah.
We were animals in the beginning, and the only thing that really sets us apart is that we have a coercing language between us, even though we are all different, right?
Yeah.
So we set up religion and we set up these bounds that make us so much different than them and make us so much better. And it basically gives us ground rules to set us apart from true animals. Like I was saying that one time.
Yeah. For me though, religion, I don't quite get it. I don't know if it's because of my autism or something else. I just don't quite get it per se. So like, yeah,
Oh
I'm
no,
fine.
it's fine. It's fine. I've actually met a lot of people who don't get it.
Yeah.
Like you're not the only one. I'm not the only one
Yeah.
there.
And I don't like I don't care if people believe something and another person believes something different. They can believe
Same.
what they want. But for me, I just don't really
As
believe
long
it.
as it doesn't cause a mass murder, believe
Yeah.
what you want.
Yeah. But for me, I just can't imagine or believe that there's someone like a god. And it just doesn't make sense to me. Like
Mhm.
there's a guy who created Earth. Like it makes more sense to me to have a scientific explanation for how the Earth was created and how humans came
Yeah.
to be. That just
Can I
it's easier for me for that. Like religion, I just don't get it, and so I'm atheist because I just don't get religion at all. It just boggles my mind.
can I please talk to this person?
Yeah,
Okay.
go ahead.
So Antichrist, you're listening to me, right?
Yeah.
Please give any indication that you're actually listening to me. Please. An indication would be nice.
If you're listening, type yellow.
Type autism. I don't care. Type faggots go to hell. I don't care. Show you're listening. Anyway, whatever. Okay. So if he is here, I want you to basically listen to me. This is going to really step.
Oh.
You will this is going to really step on your toes. In fact, I do not care because you have been stepping on mine the entire chat, and this is our live stream. And the only reason you actually want to come up into our live stream is to talk about basically the things that you believe, even though it is our live stream and we are here in control of it. Now, you've been talking about religion, which is something that we actually have not been, talking about at all, unless that one point in which you did come in during that point. However, you were talking about something completely different. And while we do respect your beliefs, and while we do want to hear your beliefs, the way you were basically dishing them out is a very improper way to do it, to be respectful. Now, I don't really like to get this violent. I don't really, I don't really like to get this way or be basically how I am right now. But you've really been stepping on my patience, and my patience does run out sometimes. And of course, I did not, just like make an indication of, I don't really like talking about religion that way. But, it's just proper etiquette to, just not, do that first.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
I'm
sorry. It gets to me. Like I said,
he said gays don't go to hell, and I just...
Yeah, I know.
At least there's that!
Yeah. But I'm sorry. I don't like to do that, but at the same time, you've been really stepping on my toes, and it's really getting on my anxiety because, I don't like to think of the greater beyond. In fact, if anything, I really think Jesus is a very he's like people say, he's a very jealous God, and like he loves everybody. Oh, but if you don't believe in him, he's gonna really get you. I don't really believe in everything because the Bible basically fucks itself around.
Me.
It fucks itself around, and I don't really like to get into that. And you can be a Jehovah's Witness, and you can go and do that. I don't care. Go and do that to other people though, because we don't tolerate it here. At least I don't.
I mean, I don't know.
You're autistic.
I don't prefer. Yeah, I don't prefer talking about religion. That's pretty.
Oh yeah.
That pretty much describes how I'm feeling right now. I don't. My empathy for this is just so fucking low, and I'm tired. Not physically, just mentally.
Yeah. Because
you spelled tough love wrong. I'm going to. I'm sorry. I'm gonna. But yeah. Oh, he's saying the Bible's evil. Thanks. Somewhere
I do agree that the Bible is evil because people pick and choose from the Bible. Though.
I just know that the Bible is fake.
I am running out of platforms. Can I ask you one thing right now, though? Are you being held in a basement by the Westboro Baptist Church?
That gave me trauma. That word. The Westboro Baptist Church.
I'm sorry. I found out about it a few days ago, and it's very much getting on my mind because why did God do her teeth that way? Why did God make her look like a crackhead?
I watched so many videos from them, and the whole time I was just yelling angrily. Oh, we've been great.
We've all been great opponents.
Hoorah!
Can you tell me if you're Southern or if you're Californian? I don't really know what their slang is down there, but
choose which one.
Hoorah!
Oh boy, y'all got them Southern slangs down there.
Fucking damn it! You're an asshole, but you're my favorite asshole.
I want to be a cowboy,
I
baby.
want to be the best cowboy there ever fucking was. And I'm going to eat my can of
Space
beans right beside my Charizard. Charizard, get the fuck over here.
cowboy. Oof.
Oh my god. Oof.
Oof.
I don't really understand though, Antichrist, how I sound like this lily person.
I mean,
No,
I
I am
can
not
kind of
Asian. I am actually, if anything, I'm more Native American and German. Don't flirt with us,
what does that mean? Tell me.
mamacita.
Oh, bitch! I don't speak Spanish.
Shut the fuck up.
I do though. A little
Stop
bit.
stepping on my heritage.
Este mal. It's bad. That's all I know. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I haven't.
Like you go, imagine a Japanese speaker goes to a TED Talk for how I learned English, and he's like, "Hello, my name is Takagawi. Thank you."
I do know sign language though. I do know sign language, at least the alphabet, so I can like spell out words and stuff. But
that's nice.
yeah.
Do you know how to put the words together?
You mean like how you actually sign with like all the motions with your hands? No, I'm still trying to learn that, but I do know the alphabet. I learned it in one night in less than 20 minutes because I hyperfixated on it.
Well, we're kind of laughing at you too. Well, you know, maybe she's not laughing because, you know, she's just brain dead.
I was gonna say thanks. It's the autism, but
I don't know if you noticed, but thanks. It's the mental health problems, at least for me. Well, technically, oh, did I ever tell you about what happened at the doctor visit? To be honest,
maybe, but I don't have good memory.
She doesn't want to she doesn't want to get me in like therapy for depression. She wants to get me because I may have like severe anxiety or social issues.
Mm-hmm. Well, I have,
and I can understand where she's coming from because I do have my set off points, and you know, like you just saw one.
Yeah.
Like I don't believe you've ever like heard me act in that way. I'm sorry.
I think I might have middle school.
Yeah, but I was being mentored by a fucking bitch there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
Guidance counselor people?
No.
No? Oh.
Bitch. Mom.
Oh,
Quotations.
Yeah. I thought you were, I was like, oh, guidance counselor? Which one? I thought they were all nice.
No. Not all of them are nice, in fact.
I can't say their real names, but, Miss, name started with a J. She was my favorite.
I don't know her name.
I'll send it to you through our chat.
Let's just, Miss J. Let's just call her Miss J.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Oh, wait, that was my phone. Oh, that one.
Yeah, she was my favorite.
The escalator that doesn't move.
But, did you say that she was going to put you in therapy or that she wouldn't because?
No. The woman wanted me to go into therapy because I was self-harming at the time, but it turns out that the self-harm may be due to the anxiety.
Yeah.
Because like I was telling the doctor that I do have a past and I have been signed off of therapy not once but twice.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, like at the time everything was just scarring up then, and you know, like which, to be honest, which kind of odd to me, the people never truly looked at anything, which is probably unprofessional as hell.
Yeah.
Not only that, but the woman, the second counselor that I had, she shared personal information with the school that she should not have.
Where did you go for therapy?
I don't remember. It was very far away though. Not states away, but more so a different county.
Well, I'm going to therapy here. It's fuck, I can't say it, can I? Whatever. It's called outside of the box. and
Yeah,
it's near Ace. Is that what's called Ace? Ace's hardware store?
probably.
Yes. It's near Ace's hardware store. And you go down past where the old bank was. But like before that one big building where like people go to like get their new renew
Obsessive compulsive disorder. Oh, he has OCD. I have OCD with my food.
Mhm.
Do you know that? If
Yeah,
if like if fries touch like something, or like if something touches something I don't like, if it's too close, I will literally hand it off to somebody else. Like, no.
you see. One of my tics is like when people like say they have something, but then the symptoms they give don't match up with the actual disorder. You know,
Yeah.
it's like most people will say they have ODD, but it's just like, oh, I have to have things like in a certain place. But like actual OCD is like you have to do something or something bad will happen. Like common examples are I have to flip this light switch 3 times or my brother will die and stuff
Oh
like that.
Jesus.
Yeah, and so yeah.
I guess I could also have OCD where if I don't have food on my bed, then it means I won't eat tomorrow.
Oh wow, yeah. See that could be OCD.
No, it's like this is probably the most unhealthy thing I do too with eating. I don't get it what the thing with eating is. I'm not trying to become anorexic. I'm not trying to become bulimic. Believe me, I can't.
Yeah,
Cuz I'm 123 fucking pounds right now.
I'm 190.
But listen, I'm 5'4" and I'm
Same.
123 pounds, and apparently, that's kind of like, huh, like she's
That's
like,
normal weight.
she's like, you're just right in your age range, but don't go any lower.
Wow. You see, for
Yeah.
me, I'm considered obese, but like, fuck off, bitch.
Oof.
They should really like change it up now because like now it's different than how when they first created that system, it was like the 1900s when like everything was fairly priced, but nowadays bad foods that are like the foods that are bad for you are a lot cheaper than actually healthy foods, so people are eating a lot more of
Yeah.
that. So now the actual like weight that's normal is a lot higher than it used to be, and they haven't changed that. So like now, I probably wouldn't be considered obese if they changed the rules. I'd probably consider maybe a little overweight because now like the weights have gone up so
I
much.
would be considered fucking anorexic.
Yeah, not anorexic per se, probably like a little underweight. My sister though would probably be considered anorexic. She's like 60 pounds. Like, chill, chill, please, or like 80. I think it's 80 pounds she is. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't care about her.
But I mean, I think most of the things that are actually wrong with me are they're handed down
Mm-hmm.
because
Well.
of how my dad. I think the main thing that had to do with everything was when my dad and my brother would hit me when I was little. And it wouldn't
Mm-hmm.
be just like over the body. If it was over different body parts, it would have probably been fine. But no. They mainly hit me in my head. And I think at the time, my brain would shake against my skull.
Mm-hmm.
And, that could have actually messed up a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
See, I keep trying to get that woman to freaking put me in a CAT scan because I know something is going on. Because, at the same time, she's like, well, it might be the lack of sleep you're getting. But even when I don't sleep, I will still, or, well, even when I don't sleep and then go to sleep, I will still sleep the hours that I need to sleep.
Mm-hmm. Oh shit! I forgot. I was gonna say something, but it fucking left my brain just now. Right, I was about to talk. It was like, gotta go. Bye.
It's alright.
And it was something good
Uh,
too.
I don't think that's
Oh,
obsessive compulsive disorder. I really think
yeah.
that's just sort of like the
Kind of
anxious
like you
stuff.
forget something. I feel like it's more like you forget to do something. You just want to make sure it's right. Like I
I'm
check
pretty
to see if my
sure
door's locked.
I'm pretty sure I'm a sociopath
Oh,
because
I just thought of that song,
um
the Nightcore song. Really.
oh god. Cuz I see random things out of the corner of my eye. Not only that, I have voices, man, and they're
I mean,
not
I see
rude.
things out of the corner of my eye too, but that's just my. That's just the things that go
You know
on.
what's bad though? Since my mind is horror based, it makes it so much more than it actually is. Cuz you know how when you pass like a dark door or something and like it's oh my god, it's dark in there and
I'll
like
go
it's
past a dark forest and think, don't want to go in there.
Like, I think that something is just like right at the border of the door, and if I look, then that's like the gate key for like them to actually go past the doorway.
Yeah.
It's like that, and it's like instead of it just like being a random shadow though, like maybe for you, mine that literally paints it as like this it's like an alien creature. Hold up, I'll try to draw it. It's very weird.
Right. Well, you do that. I was gonna say what I was gonna say earlier, which was like, so yeah, did you know that autism is genetic?
Really?
Yeah. And so my cousin has autism. So like, more proof. Oh, sorry, that was funny. But I actually got a lot of CAT scans as a kid, and I don't remember what it was for. Like, I think I was maturing early, but like, I don't have a lot of memories that, and the memories I do have are kind of sketchy.
Lucky.
Like, I have one memory of going to a doctor's visit and going to a room with like two male doctors, and then I'm just gonna type this because I don't want to say it out loud.
Yeah. You know the stupidest thing I ever did as a kid?
What?
Okay, so there was this one time where I think that oh, fuck, I forgot what I was saying. I just looked at their comment. But yeah, fuck, what was I saying?
I don't know.
Damn it.
Something that you really regret.
Oh yeah. I was in the foster home, right?
Mm-hmm.
Before I was adopted.
Yeah.
And there was this one time where I didn't wear panties for 2 weeks. And I don't understand how they didn't know.
Wow.
I don't know. I just chose not to.
Wow.
Yeah. Basically I had an infection.
Oh,
Yeah, very
those
bad
always
infection.
suck.
I remember having a nightmare though about it though. That
Oh.
for some reason had to do with a flat ironing thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it was where my brother had been murdered and he was being taken by aliens.
Wow.
I didn't even know what aliens were at the time, so that's kind of weird.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah,
Wow.
I had a nightmare about the guy doctor that was with me as well, and like I felt terrible about it.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, guy was very pedo.
Yeah. I hate those memories. Like you have like a sliver of the memory and then like nothing for like like a while after that or before that. And it's just like, did something bad happen? Like it's like
I have a memory like that, except it's good. You want to hear it?
lucky you. I have a memory like that, but it's bad, and I think about it sometimes. I go, is that normal? Is that supposed to happen? And I try to search it up online. There's nothing. I'm just like, okay.
Did I ever tell you about the White House?
The White House. What about the White House?
The dream about the White House.
Tell me.
I had this dream about 10 times, and it all started the same way. I was outside of this White House, and I would go in. Everything was white, by the way. It was devoid of color, except it was like everything was art, and like it was lined.
Mm-hmm.
And everything was devoid of color, except like for my hair and my eyes.
Wow.
And I kind of had a pink tint to my skin.
Oh.
But I would go in the house, I'd go up these spiral stairs. It would be like I was running away from something, except I wasn't going fast enough. And
Mm-hmm.
like upstairs, it would be really dark because like outside it was white, there's no shadows or anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
No lights were on in the house, but at the same time they were.
Yeah.
And I would go down that hallway, except the first door to my right, I would go in, and there would be a bunch of boxes.
Mm-hmm.
These boxes looked like normal shoe boxes. They averaged from giant hat boxes to tiny boxes. And I didn't know if they were all empty, but I kept climbing up them. And it was like I was running away from something still, like kind of a shadowy figure.
Yeah.
It kind of reminds me of the rake.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Creepypasta the Rake.
No.
Look him up.
What did you say
The
it was?
Rake.
The
The
Ray?
Rake.
Okay. I'm probably gonna
Rake
regret
like
this.
the gardening tool.
Yeah. All right. I'm probably gonna regret this, aren't I?
Probably.
Yes, I regret.
It kind of
You
reminded
forgiven
me of
me.
that, except it was more demonish,
Oh.
and it kept trying to reach out for me,
Mm-hmm.
and like trying to grab me. Except at the top, there was this, the dumbwaiters.
Yeah.
There was this dumbwaiter, and I would get in, and I would shut the door, and dirt would follow me, and then I'd wake up.
Wow.
I don't know where the dirt would come from, but it would be like I was like my speculation is that that's purgatory for me,
Mm-hmm.
and like that thing that's chasing me is all like the stupid shit I was running from, and it's
Yeah.
everything that I fear. It's everything that I've done wrong and everything that I fear why I've done it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And then the box, like the hat box, is like memories and stuff.
Yeah.
And I have to climb up all my memories to get back to my grave because I'm leaving the memories there in purgatory,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not gonna need them anymore.
Yeah.
And I'm coming back, and it's either the rebirthing effect, or like I'm coming back up out of my grave and I'm unsatisfied with what I've done, so I want to correct it,
Mm-hmm.
or I'm getting a second chance.
Yeah. For me, I've had this one nightmare, and it comes and goes every couple years or so, maybe a year. Every year I get it maybe once or twice, and it's about Wizard 101. So I first got now listen, it's scary to me, okay? So I first got it when I was probably let me
It's
think.
scary the male wizard didn't
I
kiss me.
I was probably maybe like around 10 when I first got it, because my sister was pretty young and she had a toddler bed in my mom's room because she was so young. But I had a dream where I was in Wizard 101 and I was having a great time, but then I went to go log off and, to quit the game,
Yeah.
and there was no exit button. And so I freaked out because I couldn't get out of this game because it wasn't like I was playing the game. It was like I was in the game and I was my character. And like,
Wow.
those characters are pretty fucking scary. Like you're fighting like laughing evil snowmans and stuff like
That's what
that.
it looked like. That's like every single time I pass that room, this is what it looks like. Not the
Mm-hmm.
dream room, by the way.
Uh-huh.
And like
So
it's smiling at me too. It smiles at me, and it's like, come on, look over. I want to eat you.
But so I remember when I first had it. Oh wow, scary. Yeah, that's
What?
I saw it.
Oh.
But the first time I had the dream, and I woke up from it, I had like gone to my mom crying, and she told me just lay down in your sister's bed because my sister was sleeping with my mom and dad their bed at the time. And so I did, but then I had the dream again, and I could not escape from it. I couldn't even wake up. And so
God.
it went away, and then it came back again after me playing Wizard 101 for like less than 10 minutes one day. And it was the same thing. I was playing Wizard 101, but I couldn't leave. And I was stuck in this game trying to fight these monsters and trying not to die against them because I didn't want to find out what happened if I died. And so this happens every once in a while. It'll come back even if I don't play Wizard 101, and I'll be stuck in the game. I can't escape. And like it's freaky to me. Like I don't like it. But yeah.
Damn. Did I ever tell you about the cannibal dreams?
What?
The cannibal.
What about cannibals?
I had dreams about cannibals. 2 of them. One of them
Wow.
I feel is kind of like very symbolic. The other is kind of like it's kind of symbolic of what I want, but at the same time I shouldn't have it.
Mhm.
Okay. So the one that's kind of symbolic towards me about what I want, but I shouldn't have it. It's where this really rich cannibalistic dude. It's like apocalyptic world, and we're in the top of a tower, and like I'm in his hotel room and everything. He's evil as fuck. It looks
Mhm.
like a cross between Enderlocks and Jeff the Killer
Wow.
in the face. I don't know how that can happen, but yeah. And I would be sitting on his bed, and it'd be kind of like I was hypnotized, and he would come up to me and he'd grab my chin and he'd make me look him in the face, and he'd say, "You are mine. You are nobody else's. I will eat you and you will be mine. You will fuel me. And like stuff like that. And like hypnotized me, just like kept nodding and everything. And at the end of it, it was where like he pulled me up and like he was literally he had fucking claws, man. He was like literally drawing blood from me and it was like I didn't care or something. And then, like he pulled me up and then he had his like head in my neck, like the crevice in my neck. And he opened his mouth and that's when I woke up.
Wow.
Yeah. The
That's
second one, oh, you go.
yeah, I'm just saying that's just wow.
Yeah. The second one, it's not the cannibal dream. I prefer to call it as witch dream. And it's where this big fat man, he looks like Penguin off of Gotham City.
Yeah.
He has 5 redheads in a bag.
Oh, wow.
And they're all skinned. And he throws them out of the bag into like this sand salt substance. And these, like, you know how the rake looks?
Yeah.
Yeah. It like these creatures that are humans in my mind that look like the rake come out and they rip them from shreds, and it's like it always zoomed in on like the ripping of flesh.
Yeah.
So it's kind of disturbing to me. It
Yeah,
zoomed in and you could hear like the pop 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 of flesh coming apart, and you could hear their screams. And then it transitioned to there was a dude in front of me and he was, pulling my hand, right? And we were
yeah.
going down an alley. We were running from something, I guess the cops or whatever, something. And then he passed, like, somehow in the middle of it, I became the guy as I passed through the fence. And I
Wow.
turned around, and the me, in quotation marks, by the way, the me had turned out to be a redhead, except now she was burning at the stake and she was screaming.
Oh, jeez.
And then I woke up.
Yeah, that's you and your dreams. I once had a dream where I got shot with a gun multiple times.
Did I ever tell you that dream where I killed everybody, even you?
No. You killed
Okay,
me?
I was Jeff the Killer. Yeah, I'm not kidding. Okay, it's basically starts out where we're in a truck stop bathroom. Basically, I already had the common knowledge that I killed everybody because those screams were still going around in my head, right? Okay, mom in middle school towards me,
Mm-hmm.
that one. Yeah, we'll call her C here. So C was in there with me. We were in a truck stop bathroom, and like the light was green and everything. For some reason, there was like a bathtub in this truck stop bathroom and everything.
Yeah.
And I took a piece of glass or something that was in my hand and I cut all the way down her arm, and she landed back in the bathtub and she like kept bleeding out, but she kept screaming at me. Like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, why are you doing this? And like the screams of everybody they had previously killed. Like seriously. Um you know C's friend now, him, the one that I used to date.
Yeah.
He was there and he was screaming, "No, why? Like, why would you do this? Stop it!" And even his now girlfriend was there too, and like she was screaming and everything. But they weren't alive. It was just in my head. And you were like because you were the only one that was hesitant in like my head. You were the only one like, wait a minute, and you said my name, like my real name, and you said, "What are you doing? Like, why do you have that knife?" And like stuff like that. And then there was like a mirror beside me. I looked at the sink and the sink was filled with blood, and then I looked up in the mirror and it was like me, but I had the same facial features of Jeff the Killer.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why I have these dreams.
Wow.
My dreams are symbolic of murder.
That's just you know what? I just saw the best art on Tumblr and I was just like suddenly had the urge to draw.
Ooh, hey, let's draw together.
Oh yeah. Should I do traditional or digital?
Can you share your screen?
Maybe. Let's me see. Do 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 do. Just over here, flapping my lips. What does this mean? Add apps? What does apps mean?
I don't know.
Can I add my art program? I just want to share my screen, please. Let me.
You have a double chin when you do
Ah,
this,
screen
right?
share! It's right there in my face. I'm stupid.
Like I told you, autism.
Thank you.
It's like fucking rain. What do you call yourself again?
What my name is?
Oh, here.
Q. Or
Q.
milk. Yeah.
Hold me, I am broken law.
Did you just speak Japanese to me?
What?
Did you just speak Japanese?
Did
I don't know. I have problems with auditory processing. I can't hear stuff.
I said, hold me, I am broken, lol.
Oh, I thought you said. That is not what I heard. I thought you said, Watashi wa boku no desu. I was like, what?
Watashi wa boku no desu.
I was like, what?
No, just the knowledge of Bible. I do not want that.
Okay, let's see. Ooh, I'm sharing my screen. Oh my god. Oh, should I present to everyone? Should I?
I'm sorry. I keep going back on the fucking slingshot and everything. And I keep on.
Is it working?
Like, oh, yeah, it's working.
Okay. Alright, it's working.
Okay. If you want to draw digitally, you can do it now.
What?
If you want to draw digitally, you can do it now.
Okay, I am. I'm just trying to get everything.
Should I, what art did you see that made you want to draw? And what
Oh,
are
you
you
want me to
drawing?
send you? Oh, I have to bring up my Tumblr, my screen share on. It's okay, everybody. Don't look at anything you see on my Tumblr, please.
Don't
Do
look
not
at the
judge
fucking
me.
background of that goddamn Google.
It's okay. It's perfectly fine.
What the hell?
Leave me be.
judging you.
Please
I
don't
shouldn't
got any
even judge you. I
bad
have a porn
kinky
account.
stuff on here. Okay, so it was specifically this drawing of CL by, okay, so the name is Orange Juice X3 dash Mayo, not mayonnaise, but like Mayo, I think. Mio, I don't know. Anyway, this is the drawing right here, and it's so cute. All right, now I can't look at it anymore because I don't want to get it, like, I don't know, copyrighted.
How about we do a collab? I can do the you can do
We
the
did
line
that.
art in digital, but I can do that.
Ooh, you remember we did that one time? Like forever ago?
No, I can't remember
Yeah.
shit.
I have the picture in my folders. I'll send it to you. If my computer will work. Actually, oopsie. Problems.
Oopsie, QVL.
I know. I will open it. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to send this to you. I'm gonna stop screen sharing for a second.
Okay.
Just so I can send this to you because I'm an idiot.
Yeah, cause don't show.
I did on accident, but it's fine. They didn't see anything bad.
No, don't show how to find.
Oh, how to find us? Yeah. It's not letting me send pictures. Move. Why is my computer doing this? Let me type. I'm gonna break my tablet. Okay.
Don't do that.
I have to use my screen, I guess. I touched my screen with my finger. It's never gonna work again now. For some reason, my stupid computer taskbar won't go down, and I can't click on the button to. You know what I'm talking about.
It's being a feed.
I have to unplug my tablet, I guess, and then replug in my mouse and see if that'll help.
Our chat will automatically be replayed with your video. Actually,
no, I'm kidding. We don't.
Yeah, but to be honest, this is our video. We don't really want to, go on and just like promote other stuff.
All right, let's see. Well, how about we both draw line art and then we switch and color each other's?
Oh, hell yeah.
That way you're not just sitting there waiting for me to take forever on a drawing. I have to go back like 50 million things. It was in 2017, I think. So it's the very beginning of my folder, I think. Or it's in my old folder. It's in whichever one has the sexy Hisakas in it.
I hope you know this is gonna be a kawaii motherfucker.
Ooh.
She your absolute motherfucking Desu-sama.
Ah, I found it. I had to go back to my folder that says 2015. Well, there it is.
Are you showing it right now?
Yeah, I sent it to you.
Oh.
Yeah, privately, so that way.
Oh my god, I remember that. Oh god, my line art. Ugh.
My coloring. Ooh.
Shut up. That looks better.
Okay, now I gotta unplug my mouse and replug in my tablet.
Yeet. Oops.
Oops. Oopsie.
Oops, Q fell.
Oopsie. Okay.
The video that I did. You know you are manly when you have hair on your legs, and if you're trying to be a lady, oops.
Yeah. Let's see. Ugh. Ugh. I don't want to have to. This is the size that I use for my animations, and I don't want to mess with it in case I forget what the size was. So you'll have to deal with a lot of extra space.
Oh, it's fine.
I wonder if I should try a pose.
I'm not.
I don't know.
Well, kinda.
I'm doing a pose apparently. I didn't even have any say in this. And it's not going to be that good either because, again, I don't have good tablet anymore.
You can just hear me drawing.
I hate drawing bodies at like a 3/4 angle. Like, how does one body? I really wish I knew.
She's gonna be in a bind, quite literally.
Oh.
You wanna go BDSM, Bobby?
Ugh, legs kill me.
Hey, Jehovah's Witness guy in chat. Yeah, you. Uh, why are you wanting to convert people to your religion again? If you say that Christians don't exist and then you're over here like, oh, by the way, my religion.
Hoo-hoo.
You know, like, not trying to be shady, but
I'm gonna be
you know,
shady.
I'm gonna be an asshat because I don't understand, and I'm gonna be a bigot because I don't
Bigot. I
understand.
thought it was pronounced bigot, but I'm an idiot, so.
Oh, fuck off.
Ugh, I fucking hate bodies, I swear to fuck. That's fine. I'll just have
She
to draw
gonna
a
be thicker than the average kitty bear.
I have to draw a seat because I'm a fucking idiot and don't know how to fucking do poses. I don't want to do it.
I can do that very well, and I don't like it.
Ohio.
And Matthias, my own kind former Jehovah's Witness, have chosen delusion. What exactly is delusion in your eyes?
Me. Ew, I'm gonna have to do line art. Fun fact, I haven't done line art in years. I've literally been.
It's your lucky day, I guess.
Yep, fun for me. Oh shit, how do hands work?
Oh, turn the lights down low. Yay. A false reality. Okay, well, what is your definition of a false reality?
It's me.
Is it being thicker than the average yogurt stick? Because, yeah.
Oh, I'm gonna kill myself.
I love you.
What?
I said I love you. Because
Okay.
you're like, oh, I'm gonna kill myself.
I'm just so frustrated with fingers right now. Like, oh, why did I have to draw fingers?
I hope you know I'm only doing down to the knees.
Oh, that's basically what I did. I love how we think the same. I hate arms.
Same.
I'll just do this. I mean, like they're easy to draw, but once you get to the hand part, it's just
To
fucking
be honest,
hell.
yeah. Denying Jesus is your maker.
Jesus isn't my maker. My mom is.
Well, I mean, I do believe Jesus is our maker. And if he makes us and then chooses to make us sin, well then, fuck him.
My maker is my mom.
Yeah, well, I'm also your maker too.
Oof, 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 oof.
Do you get what I mean? I fucked your mummy.
Oof.
I said that so weirdly. I fucked your mummy.
I love hands, I say, as I don't hate like hands. I'll just erase it and redo it again.
This tail looks like a penis.
Oh, he has a
Charlotte,
tail?
that's not
You
what a
doing a
penis
Neko?
is.
I was gonna actually do that just now, so you beat me to it. You spared yourself. I guess this guy is like fanning his face with his hand. Got the pose down, just gotta do the details and close. Close kill me.
When you're already done.
Bitch, what?
I'll just add more detail.
You see, like, if you look at my screen, I've just got like the rough sketch right here.
Y'all plan on getting divided by Jesus? There's something else. We're just getting divided by my future boyfriend.
Oof. Who should I draw? Nobody. Okay, let's see. I hate doing noses,
Same though.
especially at a third degree angle. Like, that just murders me. Like, fun. I'm just gonna erase this line down the middle.
Do you want to see what I've done?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know how you're
Draw me. I don't know what you look like, but you sound like a very mature
burly
to me.
man. A very burly man.
Yes, a very brilliant man. If I did.
I'm sorry, I can't. I'm drawing very, very hardly right now. Can't you see me? I am very,
Yeah.
very in tuned into my drawing.
You know Baldi's Basics?
Yes, I've heard of it.
Uh-huh.
What are you? Why are you making that? What?
Because of what you're drawing. He looked like egg.
You're an egg. That's my. That's my. Like, if somebody says, that looks a little off," I'll say, "You're a little off."
Anyway, do you want to take a screenshot just so you can get this?
Take a screenshot. How?
Because I can't make a picture.
You're gonna take a screenshot, or?
I mean, can I? I don't think it'll let me.
Ooh, okay, I got it. All right. Oh, and now it's gone. I just there.
Nope. It won't let me take a screenshot. Did you?
Yeah, I got it. I got it in the screen share.
Did you get it? You see it?
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, boy. Okay.
I think.
And you,
Wait, it might not be. Huh.
what
Yes,
is
it
it?
did. I think it did. Yeah, it did.
Okay, that's good. So when you get done with yours, you can actually send it to me.
Yeah. I'm gonna color it myself later too, just because I have nothing to color. I'm always wanting to color, but like I don't want to draw.
When you do the line art, when you do the line art, for the kitty thingy right here, could you also send it to me before you color?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. You know the best moment I've ever had in class?
What?
Okay. So, I was getting like I would say I was getting frustrated, but I would say that there was something. Hold up. There was something going on with me emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And we were in math class. And you know, I'm not usually stressed in math class. I'm actually pretty chill in there, cause you know, you gotta be chill with Miss Reeves around because she got pregnant.
Yeah.
And yeah, so everything is going great, and you know, I'm messing with my pen
Mm-hmm.
because you know, I loved messing with my pen.
Yeah.
And and you know, I'm messing with the cap, and then all like she says something that you know, I guess for me, yeah, it kind of did set me off. She says something, and then all of a sudden, everybody hears snap like that, and they just look back at me, and I'm looking with the, you know, my eyes are like kind of wide, and I have like this crazy expression of what the fuck on my face,
Wow.
and like everybody just looks back at me, and Miss Reeves is like, "You okay, Charlotte?" Oh wait, I just realized I used my real name. Oops. Oh well, they don't know how to spell it correctly.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it kind of surprised me because a few months ago, or wait, no, not months, a few weeks ago. Well, I guess it would be months. Um, I had the first ever white teacher actually pronounce my name right.
Wow.
All the
That's
black
kind of
teachers
sad.
could. All the black teachers could, but not a single white teacher, and she was the first fucking one.
Nobody can ever spell my name correctly, which is my favorite thing.
Did I spell it correctly?
Yeah, a long time ago. I don't know about recently, but yeah, you did. Oh, I
Oops.
have to draw clothes. Fuck. What is he wearing? I'll just put on his regular clothes.
Is that it?
I'm. Oh, I have to stop screen sharing for a moment. If it'll let me. I'll stop screen sharing for a second. Nope. There's
Can I
no
say
E.
again?
Yeah.
Aww.
You.
I mean, that was my second guess too. So
There's no C's, Y's, or E's. Let's see.
so wait. Even the second E.
There's no E's at all.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
You're a fucker, aren't you?
Let's
You're
see.
a
Is it
fucking.
sharing my screen?
Huh?
I don't know if it's sharing my screen again because I had to stop real quick to look.
Oh, God, hold up. I need to do something real quick. I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hi, I'm back.
All right, welcome back.
I
I'm just-
basically had
Oh.
to clean up my bed
Uh-huh.
because, I want to lay down comfortably.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I'm just cleaning up these lines a little bit so it's easier for you to do this.
Yeah. Guess what?
What?
Okay, so I don't have Takis on my bed anymore,
Oh?
and that's the problem. And I want food on my bed, but I also don't want to get up.
Wow.
Like, all right, Inky, it's time to stop.
I just gotta fix this thigh real quick because apparently I don't know how bodies work.
Is he a male?
Yes. It is a dude. I want to see what you think his colors are because this is actually one of my OCs. So I want to see what you think his colors are. I gotta fix his other thigh because I didn't. I love not being good at anything. Is that one guy still in the chat?
I don't know. Let me see. I have to actually go to my history. Haha, no.
Funny.
Thank God he's gone.
Mm-hmm. Just fixing
He's
up.
like, draw me. Google my picture. LOL. Leaves.
He's like, "Can you draw me?" I'm like, "That's something you never ask an artist, bro."
What I was gonna do is I was actually gonna draw like a tiny skull and then put like the cross upside down.
Wow.
He came in disrespecting us, and not only that, he kept on like talking about religion.
Yeah.
He talks about Lily as if he's like that's some girl he kidnapped.
Yeah. I'm like,
He's very obsessed with her.
mm-hmm. Kind of creepy.
I know. Yeah.
So let me make sure this is good. It's not zooming out. Okay. It's close enough. I'm gonna add some stuff around him, I think, just because I'm bored. Background or something.
I'm trying to listen to something real quick.
Hmm?
I love how I'm going back to that podcast where like Lily and everything, and I'm
You-
hearing him and the dude who has like the grains and everything on the side of his head. He's over there like, Jesus Christ, another one of these fucks.
I'm
Like
just kind
you can hear him, and he's like, Jesus, fuck, no, not one of these.
me
And
too.
you kind of feel bad for them because they don't know exactly what they're getting into.
Yeah. Do you know those collage pictures that are like multiple frames in one?
What?
Do you know those collage photos that are like two pictures in one?
Mm-hmm.
Just so you know, that's what this one is. I'm just lazy and don't want to detail it.
Oh. Wait, do I actually have to do those?
You don't have to. I just added them because I'm bored. So if you get bored and I'm taking forever, you can just.
Oh, okay. So what I'm guessing,
Hmm?
either blue or red hair,
Oh.
a green or yellow top,
Hmm.
and definitely green pants.
I'm not going to give you any hints. I just want to see how you interpret him.
Okay. But I'm just like gonna show you my head canons before I start.
Okay.
He may or may not have yellow eyes.
Mm-hmm.
He is
Okay.
not black. Like, that's the only thing I can rule out. He is not black.
Just adding a bunch of photos here.
I don't know if the same dude came and left, but yeah, somebody else hopped in and then just zip.
Wow. Okay.
Did I put that video out? I put my fucking video out. My channel.
Okay.
I put that video out 2 hours ago.
That's how long we've been going?
Mhm.
Oh, wow. It's
Oh
almost
wait,
6
hold up.
a.m.
I'll Yeah, we've been going for about 2 hours. Yeah,
Wow. Ooh, maybe we should
probably longer
save
than
these.
that.
Maybe we should save these. What are these called? What is this called? Oh, I can't remember what we're doing right now. What is this called?
Live stream.
No, not that. Drawings.
Speed paint.
Yes. Collab, right? Collab, yes?
Yeah.
Yeah, this. Maybe we should save it for a separate video for our channels so we could have something to upload.
Yeah.
So, you want to stop this live streaming for now since it's so late and finish these collabs?
Yeah, sure, but my well, you were well. Technically, we'll be able to record them, but we won't be able to record the sketching processes.
I never record the sketching process. I
Oh.
take too long to sketch.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I
well,
I usually take like an hour to sketch.
hold up. Peace.
All right, we stopping this?
Yeah, and we're gonna oh, it's been 2 hours 35 minutes.
Okay.
Almost 36.
I'm just gonna
We're gonna call in another track, right?
yeah. All right, so I'm just gonna do the extra. Is that what it's called? The ending. All
Mm-hmm.
right. Thanks for watching, everybody. That was us talking about fandoms, gay stuff, and OCs, and a lot of other stuff.
And then getting on some asshole.
Yeah, and you got to see a preview of our next video coming out. Yay.
Yee.
Bye.
Goodbye.